Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Since the month of March is all about celebrating women and their incredible achievements, I've decided to dedicate this episode to highlighting a woman who is striving, who is growing, and making a unique impact through exercise and fitness. Today, I am very excited to introduce you to a woman who has been making waves in the world of exercise, specifically through yoga and stretching. She's not only transforming herself, but also helping others to best version of themselves. If you have ever wondered how exercise transforms the mind, the body, and the spirit, then you are in for a treat. Without no further ado, let us meet our guests. Hi, ma. Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Please, ma, can you introduce yourself to us and tell us what you do?
Okay, my name is Gloria Ome,
Okay.
and I'm a yoga instructor and a fitness coach.
Okay, very good, ma. How old are you, ma? And since when or at what age did you start?
I'm
doing
43.
this? Okay.
Yeah, and I started as a business. I started when I was 31,
Okay.
but as a personal thing, I started when I was 28.
Sir, thank you, ma. So how long have you been doing this for, and what inspired you to start?
This will make it 13 years, going 13 years. Actually, it wasn't even a business because I had a good job there. It was all about personal thing because I needed to just get the right aspect of being fit and healthy. So that was the reason why I went into yoga and then tried to change my lifestyle and all of that. So after like 3-4 years, it became a business coincidentally. And it wasn't planned actually because somebody saw me. I was like, what are you doing? And they said, oh, please, can you teach us? And that was how it became a business. So it wasn't something that I said, okay, today I want to start a business.
Well, what was it like when you first began, and were there challenges?
Oh, wow. You know something about yoga.
Yes,
so when you tell someone, oh, I teach yoga, it was very challenging, especially in this part of the world. So some people being very religious. So, but I didn't want to venture into what they do, the main reason for yoga. But I wanted something because I'm already a Christian. I have my God. Do you understand? So, and I wanted to make sure I don't deviate from who I am spiritually to venture into other of the poses. And then I diverted actually into being the healthy and more of the physical one, not the religious one, because there's a religious yoga. Yes, and then there's one that can actually help you with your health and all of that. But at the beginning, it was really difficult trying to explain to people that, no, I'm not trying to move you away from whatever you are to another religion. I'm just trying to help you. But at first, I had to go into deep study because my first client had back pain. And when people tell you I have back pain, you have to really break it down. Like what causes it? How did you get it? Is it referred pain on all of that? So studying it and going deeper into it became more of a science than just being a fitness thing. So it was quite challenging, but the more I broadened my knowledge about it, and the more it became quite easy because now I can explain even health issues to people, why the best way to address it.
Thank you so much. So what are the key benefits of yoga and stretching, both physically and mentally?
There's a lot. Like let me use myself as a personal example. Like when I started, I was going through a phase in my life. Yes, I was going through a phase, even though how will I put it now? I was working out, but I wasn't really getting the results because anytime I go to the gym, then we have this general trainer around this area. So after going to the gym, I wake up the next day, I'm so like, I was feeling like beating. Do you understand?
Yes,
and I'm like, they said exercise is good for the mind. So why am I so in a terrible state? And then I had to still study. How can I use this stretching to actually benefit me to the maximum? And the more I studied, I wasn't looking at what other people were doing. I wanted my own because the thing is, once I start something, I'm in for it. So I started studying how can I use it to calm my mind, my body, and there are some exercises I don't have to do. There are some stretches I don't have to do. But at the beginning, I wasn't even flexible at all.
Wow.
I wasn't. I couldn't even do squat.
Wow.
To tell you, I was that young, but my knees were just giving up. And my back, I had issues with my body. But as a process, I had to be consistent. I used motivation, but I wasn't motivated. The moment my eyes shift from that position, the motivation is gone. So I had to how do I get this to the maximum benefit? I had to be disciplined.
Okay.
It's discipline, not motivation. Yeah, so that was how so the benefit for stretching,
yes, ma'am,
for the mind, yes, because when you're walking and when you're stretching, especially let's use plank as an example now. Yeah. Plank is an isometric. You are isolating the whole of your body, putting the weight on your shoulders and your feet. In that process, you are not thinking of anything else.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma. So is yoga for everyone?
It is.
Who can and who cannot practice yoga?
Yoga is for everybody. Stretches for everybody, even a newborn baby.
Wow.
Yes. If you maybe your parents, you must have seen people, if you have been to the village, how they bathe children. They take their leg and just shake them, and then their hand, and then they bend them back. What do you call that? That's stretching. You know, so stretches for everybody. The best client was 92. So it's for everybody. And my clients' children, when they were like 6 months old, I also stretched them. So it's for everybody. And even recently, before the lockdown, there has been some referrals from doctors telling people you need to stretch more. You need to do some yoga. You need to do this. You know, people used to shy away from it. Like someone has a back pain and say, hey, no, don't even touch it. Don't do anything. Don't hurt your back. But now, stretches is actually what will help you. Because the thing is, the more you do it, the more you get the result of what you want. But when you leave it, it gets inflamed. So stretching yoga is for everybody. Both
my future goals and plans when it comes to yoga.
My future goals are with me. Well, presently I am doing online because I kind of have some people that are not in my location, my sphere of contact. So I'm actually also in different things. So because based on yoga, it broadens to other aspects of my life. Because the moment you really want to live healthy, you've added fitness, like maybe weightlifting, and then you added stretching, and then the next you want to have a good skin, and then you want to eat well. So all of that is in one package. So for the future, and which is already near, it's just to make people aware that you have to take charge of your life when it comes to health. So you can't rush in and rush out. If you said, okay, I want to live healthy, like some people have made the resolution, which are like, if I have 15 of them, only 2 people are still consistent. You know, so and that's the future we are talking about, because in the future you were in 2024, you said, man, in 2025 this is and that was your future. So what are you doing about it? Yeah, so it's an everyday, even this evening is also your future. So every year I try to challenge myself to a new routine, which I try telling my clients that this is not, you just I get bored quickly in things. So what I do, I try challenging myself every now and then. And this is the person that never liked exercise. I never liked it, but now I tell people, if you are looking for motivation, you'll be motivated at the moment. But what if tomorrow you are not motivated? So why don't you make it a discipline? That just the way I breathe and drink water, make your fitness or your lifestyle the same way. So that way you find out that you are pushing towards challenges like lifting weight, doing pull-ups, doing push-ups, doing squats, jumping and walking. I add walking too. I do 30 minutes power walk every morning. Yeah, so.
Thank you so much for that. What's your biggest motivation to keep pushing forward?
I don't have motivation. As I was saying, it's discipline. Yes, it's discipline. Something I have to. And the thing is, if you said somebody is motivating you, people go through life.
Okay.
Let's assume you say Serena Williams is your motivation. The lady's going through life.
Life now.
So the day you check her page and you find out she's going through some things,
I'm going to stop doing what you're doing.
that is a seed that has planted in your mind. And then one day when you don't feel like, you say, Serena went through and she didn't do anything and then maybe her own lasted for 1 month. Your own will end up lasting for a whole year.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't want, it's not the motivation, it's a discipline that today is part of your routine. That I have to, at least even if I don't have time, sometimes I rush out of the house. So in that process of like, okay, I have an appointment, and the only time you have in between is 10 minutes.
Okay.
Because you're disciplined to do this thing. You just find, okay, let me do a boss training. I jump rope, I do push up, I do squat, and then you're so sweating. And then you're looking, I've got my workout for the day. And then that's a discipline.
Yeah, so speaking of discipline, so does this discipline span into your diet? I mean, what are the specific foods you should eat if you are practicing yoga?
Okay, yes, it does. I was very strict at the beginning because I was bigger than this. Wow. Yes, I was quite bigger and I was so very unhealthy. Because of the kind of job I was doing then, I just eat. I wasn't drinking water, literally.
Wow.
So my water was juice, like fruit juice, and drinks, fizzy drinks and wine. So, but the moment I started, like my life was just going the other way. And when I started, I was quite strict. But, the more the more you want to do things right, because knowledge is progressive. What we know last time, more studies are coming out and researches. And so I started cutting down the way I have to eat. Now, like someone, I tell them, instead of buying that donut, why don't you just break the money down and buy cucumber and carrot? The other things, yes. Eat amala, then you drink your water. So when I break it down to my clients like that, so they understand, it's not like, oh, you have to buy your cauliflower, you have to buy, no, madam, buy your ugu. And the ones you are familiar with, because the moment you start talking about those foreign vegetables, people are kind of like, so I have to use my salary to change my diet. No, you can use your local food, because in the process, when we were growing up, we didn't eat all these things that we have now.
So how can more people connect with you?
Yeah, I do online presently. And except in the estate where I am, I can do group sessions, that is face to face. Do stretches, and I do massage also for people who have severe arthritis, even children who can't walk and all of that. So it's an area of how will I put it now? My business is broad.
Okay.
Yeah, the stretch is not okay. I want to stay fit. I want to be flexible alone. It's also for people who are going through pains. Actually, because that's how I started. So if you want to, it depends on what you want. Flexibility.
So can you call your handles or platforms where people can connect?
Yeah. Even though I'm not on social media like that.
You should.
Yeah. So I'm on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay.
The last time I went there was last night.
I must still mention your handles, probably.
So it's Alexis Nature, Alexis_Nature 1. That's the Instagram. Okay. And then the TikTok is Alexis Nature 1. Yeah.
Okay, so what advice would you give to people who are hesitant, who are struggling with starting or finding it difficult to start? What advice would you give to them?
Until someone feel pain, you will know something is wrong. Yes. The thing is, in the years of my practice and dealing with people, until something goes wrong before they start running skater, like, hey, I feel this one. So before you get there, why don't you start to avoid that? The person knows that you're very stiff. You have this issue with back pain, and you have decided to hold it in as if it's an asset.
Yeah.
No, pain is not an asset. Asset is like a house, cars, and land. Do you know?
Yes.
So And most people are also afraid to even cause more harm than good. But that's the reason why you should even study more. Like if something you have ankle sprain, we have all this information on YouTube, on internet. Why don't you study it? And then if you can't be disciplined enough to do whatever the needful, then you can ask for a trainer if you can afford it. But then if you can afford it, then you go broad, further to what can I do to make this thing.
Before I let you go, I have two more questions. First, which is music. Is there a specific taste of music when it comes to yoga and stretching?
Oh no.
Really?
As I tell you, that times for my clients, I use Christian instrumentals. And then there are other playlists that I use, like if I'm going to make it a hit, like HRIT, that's a high intensity interval training, I just cop it a bit. Because even at that, that's what my clients kind of get connected to it. Like they don't know what I'm going to bring in the next session. Okay. I can just come and you tell me, oh, I didn't feel like doing anything today, so I almost cancelled. So I'm like, don't worry. And then I play music that you see the person like shaking their head. And then we take it slow. And then even the one that is sick, I play a very mellow kind of music. I have to ask the client, do you like this? And even though now we are doing online, I tell them once in a while, I say, why don't you just play instrumental? Jazz is good. Okay. You don't have to start all the time, especially in the morning. So music, yes, it's different. I can't tell you this is specific. Sometimes somebody can tell me, oh, you're playing Sinach today. I say, yes. They say, oh, you're playing there's one America Christian instrumental. I say, yes, that's the mood. So it's not a particular one that it has to be.
Thank you so much for that. Lastly, what message would you like to share with the world?
The message to the world is everybody is so in haste now.
Everyone is what?
Everybody is in haste.
Okay.
There's so much fast and rush. Yeah. They want to. Nobody is even taking time to just sit back and just Americans will say smell the coffee.
Yeah.
People are so in haste. Okay, like someone going to work at 7 o'clock, you're still on the phone by 2 a.m. and then you rush up by 6:40 and then you're in haste. Why don't you just, take out that time, sleep early, wake up early. You don't have to rush because the moment what you do in getting up will affect you the rest of the day.
Yes.
The same thing with health. And that actually affects your health. Why don't you try just center on yourself and then it will affect your surroundings? Because you can't base your happiness on somebody else. It doesn't work. Right.
Well, thank you so much. It was a truly inspirational and story. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You are truly incredible at what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you for sparing us your time too.
Thank you.
Wow, what an inspiring conversation. It is very clear that yoga and fitness goes beyond stretching and body movements. It is more about empowering yourself, nurturing your well-being, and having an impact on others. A huge thank you to our guest who took her time to share with us what she does. We really appreciate her. And if you find value in this episode, please do make sure to like, to subscribe, and hit the notification bell for latest updates. To every woman out there, you are strong, you are capable, and you are worthy of living your best life. Go out there and continue to shine. Thank you, everyone. Until next time.